Oh, hello there.
Hi guys.
You see the people there?
Look good.
I see you, and 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 you. Hi guys. And welcome. If you're here, there's obviously a change, and we thought it necessary to explain the change to you, our wonderful squad, tribe, family. We're not really friends. We don't really make up a mind what we want to call the friends yet.
The family.
The family.
I guess family and friends.
Family, because you have the auntie them, and you have the
Every
little
sister
sis
them
and the big sis
and
the
cousins. So guys, as you know,
because you can see it when you look down, you can see it. It kind of surreal. Wait. I changed the channel's name to The Adventures of XYZ,
and I'm honored to be included.
So yes, so I decided to change the channel from zharamarieyt to The Adventures of XYZ because for multiple reasons. One, the first one being when I started this channel, I specifically did not name it like Dear Church Girl, or I never named it, Girly Corner or anything like that, because I always knew that I wanted to keep it open as I kind of explored YouTube and what the space needed. And as the channel grew, yes, the Dear Church Girl videos did really well, but the videos that did much better were the videos that had Zandra in them. And and I think
I'm really honored to hear that, by the way. But there's something else I'd like to explain, another layer onto that.
Yeah, and really and truly how YouTube works, and I kind of get a little nerdy with you a little bit, because how YouTube works is that you do a lot of the groundwork to build a solid foundation, doing a lot of research about your target audience, and doing a lot of branding, a lot of SEO strategy, and a lot of planning on how to capture your original, like people who really want to be with you, right? And after you lay that foundation, then and that's why I love you guys so much, and you mean so much to the channel, because even though it was like 2,000 people, we think 2,000 people is a little bit enough people, right? Mm-hmm. Even though it's 2,000 people, when those 2,000 people started watching our like wedding video and our story video, then what YouTube did was that YouTube created lookalike audiences, and then those videos started going out to the people who really needed them there.
You're such a nerd.
I am such a nerd.
You're a beautiful nerd.
When it comes to like, social media strategy and stuff, I'm the nerd here. But the point is that those videos did better, and the analytics don't lie, and I've always been committed to sharing content that is relevant and content that is needed. And I think what you add, babe, is a very nice dynamic, because you're the butter to my cream, you got me? You're the mackerel to my tin. But anyways, so so the videos with this one did way better, and the dynamic, I think, is what adds value to the space. So how do you feel?
So first of all, as I said, I'm really, really honored to to have been welcomed by you guys in this space.
Yeah.
But a little backstory. When Zara considered doing YouTube some long time ago, I was quite instrumental in encouraging her to go the YouTube route, largely because I realized it's room for growth. Mm-hmm. And as we had spoken about in the past, we figured that we would want to do ministry together.
Yeah, it has
and we weren't
always been
sure.
A thing for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We weren't sure exactly how we were going to make that happen, but we figured somehow it would have some long form video content in there.
Yeah.
So that's why we kind of wanted her to dabble with YouTube a little when she was there on IG and so on. And as that group grew and the Dear Church Girl tribe really was asking for more, then she decided to go to YouTube, and we thought that would be a nice segue for whenever we actually
as Instagram grew, because you said that grew. I'm never sure.
Oh right. So, sorry, as Instagram grew,
because I started sharing videos on Instagram first.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the whole community is there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a young female who is interested in spiritual growth, definitely check out Dear Church Girl. Like, they're an amazing group. But I'm saying all of that to say, guys, that when Zara said that the videos with me, those videos did well or did better, certainly in terms of the analytics and the numbers, that's an objective way to look at it, but also the impact of each individual video was considerably more, and for a number of reasons. People seem to appreciate the dynamic that we bring,
the conversations
that we have, and
you guys
you guys, because you'll be the ones that are watching.
Exactly.
And the objective of Zara Marie, the YouTube channel, from the get-go, was to provide clean Christian content that can help people on their spiritual walk without being dictatorial or dogmatic. And since now, Zara Marie has now become Zara Marie Mohansing.
Okay, and put some respect on my name. Put some respect. Okay.
And because you guys,
I got a little carried away, like this much.
Just like this much. Yeah. And just because you guys really appreciate, us, the conversations we have, our vlogs and so on, and it goes to the same end, which is to create clean Christian content that is helping people on their spiritual walk. To the same
target audience.
And to the same target audience, then, we weren't going to be dumb and naive about it and say, let's stick to the original thing because God does not change, so you must not eat it. Inside joking, you know it. But
I see what you did there.
But we had to evolve, and kind of, I wanted to roll with the punches without losing sight of the main objective. We're keeping the main thing, and anything that is having that positive impact is what we'd like to do. So I was behind the scenes helping out with the motivation.
Yes.
That was all that I used to contribute, really.
And ideas every now and then.
And ideas every now and again. And then now that I've come onto the scene, I've come to appreciate the community, and I see where we can add value and also derive a lot of value from the community. It's not even just giving; we also receive quite a bit from you guys. So it's kind of with that in mind that we entertain the idea of shifting the Zara Marie channel to Adventures of XYZ.
Definitely, and I would also say that even though Adventures of XYZ and Zara Marie, we both had very similar objectives, and then what Adventures of XYZ did was that it expanded the target audience a little bit, because it was not just talking directly to girls, but now it was talking to men too, and aunties and cousins, and it kind of revolutionized what the initial intention was, which was just to kind of like, let's have a girls chat. And I don't want you guys to get it twisted. Their Church Girl videos will still be on this channel. So what I had intended was that the Adventures of XYZ would be a playlist on Zara Marie's channel. So instead, we kind of just switched it over that the Their Church Girl videos for now will be in a playlist on the Adventures of XYZ channel. And who knows, maybe Zan will start doing some videos by himself on the channel as well before we kind of launch out into like other channels, which we eventually want to do. But Zan, you can explain a little bit about why, because this has been a question, why we don't have a Their Church Girl channel, a Zara Marie channel, Adventures of XYZ. Why don't we have different channels?
Well, if you chase too many rabbits, you'll catch none.
Yep.
And the reality of it is that it's just two of us.
Yeah.
And she does most of the work anyway. Most times I just show up.
Yeah. And I work a regular job.
Exactly.
And I have a business and
a family.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot to do. So we would really like to consolidate the effort onto what's working and what's giving the impact that we're hoping it will. And so far, Adventures of XYZ seems to be, hitting the nail on the head, and it's having the impact that we want it to have. So we are doubling down on that. But
right now, I think once it's just both of us, and once we don't have a team, we don't have an editor, we don't have a graphic, like we're doing this ourselves. And for now, I think focus is going to be the master of the game for us, because Zan helps a lot with like pre-planning, editing, filming and stuff like that. I do a lot of the concept, the design, and the editing, uploading, SEO management, and those type of things. So, and YouTube takes a lot of time, and we're not uploading twice a week, every Tuesday and Friday. It takes a lot of time and energy.
Yeah, guys, so we're basically trying to serialize the growth.
Yes.
Focus on this now and then on something else later and then on something else later. So you won't see everything right here at once, but they're still in the pipeline.
Exactly.
And we're trying to figure out the best way to serve you guys. Yeah.
And my Instagram is also always there, where I'll post exclusive female related stuff, their touch girl related stuff. XYZ has its own homepage over on Instagram now.
Yeah, follow that.
Yeah, and that Zandre will check. Periodically he'll check that,
check that
and because it's no longer about him anymore, so he'll check that one, and we, instead of Zara trying to do this by herself, then we can do it together.
Exactly.
And honestly, it's the best decision I've ever made. And the thing is that when you do any form of business or partnership with other people, random people that you've met, people, you kind of stuck with them, and you kind of have to deal with their temperaments and their different attitudes and their moods, and then you have to deal with them and their family and their issues, and because life in. But when you're doing business and ministry and stuff with your husband who's already stuck with you, make it make more sense. Him can't go nowhere, so might as well.
Guys should time me. Alright, so I know you guys might have this question, so I'll just go ahead and ask her and you'll just hear her response. Babe.
Yeah.
How do you feel about making this transition with the YouTube channel from being a solely Zara Marie to an Adventures of XYZ channel?
I mean, I'm no longer just Zara Marie. Come on, I'm Zara Marie Mohansing now. But honestly,
you're the Z in the XYZ.
I am the Z in the XYZ, and I mean, I feel 100% okay with it. Like, I love it. It was mainly my idea because he's here anyways, and I mean, pulling him along for all these videos and building what we have here and living our life out loud publicly. I just think it really helps to put forward what we want to accomplish, and it was never about me. And I think that's one of the biggest things. Like the channel Zara Marie, it named so because of that name, but it was never about me. It was always about the impact. And if we can do more, and if we can be more, and if we can reach more by combining forces, then I think that is powerful. So I'm happy about it, and I look forward to continuing to create with you and work with you, because you're my favorite person in this entire world. Okay, that's too much. How do you feel?
Honestly, guys, I've always known I was going to do something like this, to be honest.
Yeah.
I saw it coming, didn't know what it would look like, but now that it's finally here, I'm extremely excited, and let me tell you why. I think the premise on which it's built is just so solid that it's hard to go wrong. We're here to share as we learn and grow, and to be honest, I don't see how I can share as I'm learning and growing on my own, or Zara can share as she's learning and growing on her own, because the two of us are like, we're literally two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who do YouTube or who do similar kinds of ministries or kinds of interaction with the public. You'll realize that one person in the relationship is open to that kind of stuff, but the other isn't, and as a result of that, the kind of like marital conversations and the experiences that we can draw on, and even just adventures that you can come on with us, they're kind of limited because they're one-sided.
Yes.
So I mean, not saying that there's anything wrong with that kind of
nothing
content.
Nothing's wrong with
it. But if we have the opportunity to do more in the combined space, then why not?
Why not get the guys to come over? Why not? Because the guys, I've seen the analytics. I see you guys over here now. Thank you for bringing the guys on board, because you're never gonna do no dear church guy by yourself.
I most definitely was not going to.
So like right now, the branding is not perfect. We're still working on it, we're refining it, and we're learning every single day. But tell our friends, babe, what are we really hoping to accomplish with this new shift and everything that we're doing on Adventures of XYZ?
So we go on adventures all the time.
Random adventures. Our adventures might be even supermarket adventures.
Exactly. And we call them adventures because we're not afraid of embracing life as it comes. And we think in these moments where people may not even see a lot going on, there is a lot happening behind the scenes, and we found that people are quite interested in what goes on behind the scenes. So because we want to share that with you guys, what we see happening with Adventures of XYZ is that as we grow, this channel will grow as well. Not necessarily in terms of numbers, although we'd appreciate that, but certainly in terms of the impact that it's having, and more people will find our content relatable and most of all useful, like actually helpful on your spiritual walk, like making Christianity practical for you.
Living out the Bible. Living out the Bible. Because this is still a safe space for clean Christian content where we have conversations that we just don't have in church. That has not changed, okay? That has not changed. And I also see a lot of ideas being shared, because I think the stuff that we do, especially for worship, they're a little bit untraditional. The way we just hang out with friends, the way we just randomly go on an exercise or on a walk and we decide, hey, we're going to have a prayer. So I think a lot of that will be garnered from our channel. A lot of hard to have conversations, and I think that will be very interesting as we explore and as we grow and as we learn. And the world is a big place and we could take it on. We're also not afraid of stuff. I'm coming out of that shell. I've never always been that person. So as I learn how to swim, and as I learn how to jump off of things, and we'll be sharing a lot of that.
Guys, we just really hope that this channel, as we grow, will also be a catalyst for growth in your own personal life.
Exactly.
That's really our biggest goal. So what can you do to help us on this journey? Alright, guys.
Come here, let me tell you.
Pinch it, tell you.
Come.
Like,
share,
subscribe
and comment. Tell all your friends. We already see it already. We feel it. We feel the love, and we appreciate it so much. Sometimes we can't keep up with the messages and the comments, but we read every single one, even if we don't reply. We read every single comment. And sometimes, we don't know how funny the things are until we put them out. But
But anyways, guys, we'll come with more content as we go along. That's all from us for now. And we will see you on the next episode of
Adventures of XYZ. Bye!